So we are doing Hanuman Chalisa, composed by Goswami Tulsidas ji, and we are reflecting on each verse, each word. And today we will see that we chant Hanuman Chalisa, but many of the words we are not very clear what is the meaning of it. For example, today's verse, normally people have not thought about it. Jama Kuber Digapala Jahate. That we will see what this Jama means. Because Jama in Hindi means something else, but in Avdi language it means something else. Hari Om to all. Let us sit straight. Take a deep, slow, conscious breath. Let go all that has happened, what is in the past till 6:58 today. Keeping only the learnings with us. Let us let go all future anxieties, worries, present tensions and confusions. This is a regular practice we have to do because Gurudev says that it's a very, very important practice consciously to keep the mind in the present moment. And those who are enlightened people whom we have met, Gurudev, Guruji, we have seen them in the moment, dealing with the situations. Let us keep our body still for some time. Let us keep our mind cheerful, quiet in the present moment, and our intellect clear, sharp, and subtle. This is the sadhana for us. All scriptures, all sadhanas actually boil down to these three things. As we are doing Hanuman Chalisa, Pavan Putra, let us focus on breath. We are not even aware how Pavan Devata is operating our system by coming inside and going outside. Unseen, but very, very important. So for this unique, brilliant text, let us invoke God's grace, Guru Parampara's blessing, Shri Ramji's, Sitaji's, Goswami Tulsidas Ji's blessings, Gurudev's blessings, and let us chant loudly. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि हरि ओम
Hari Om. Thank you, Manisha. So, we are doing Hanuman Chalisa composed by Goswami Tulsidas ji, and there are 40 verses in this, 40 chaupais. And what is there in Hanuman Chalisa? Praise, powers, glories of Hanuman ji. Unique, something unique. Everyone thinks they are unique, but when we read Hanuman Chalisa, we realize Hanuman ji is so unique. Five fathers, so many gods and goddesses blessing Hanumanji. Chiranjeevi, miraculous results, most popular, most powerful. Vidyavan, Guni, Ati Chatura, Atura. So we saw so many qualities. And very interestingly, in the last session, we saw Sanakadika Brahmadi Munisa, Narada Sarada Sahita Ahisa. So very interestingly, we will see, like as we chant, but when we reflect on Hanuman Chalisa, we also see how Goswami Tulsidaji has composed this. So in the 14th verse, we saw that all gods, goddesses praised Hanumanji. And in that we saw Brahmaji and his Manas Putras, Sanat Kumar, Sanak Nandan. We saw Narad, Shardaji, his consort. So when Brahmaji praised, so immediately Goswami Tulsidas ji in the next verse take exactly opposite God. Brahmaji is the God of creator, and in the next verse, how Goswami Tulsidas ji immediately thought, that is very interesting. When I was reflecting, I was very happy to reveal that how Goswamiji has thought over this. Because where there is birth, there has to be death also. And in our Bharat culture is the only culture where we have a god of death. And still people cry when somebody dies. That is very interesting. Still we have sadness and so much of sorrow, and then keep talking about the loss when we have a god of death. So, Jamakubera Digapala Jahate. We will see the verse today. Jamakubera Digapala Jahate. Kabhi ko bid kahi sake kahate. So Jama here is, in Audhi language, it is called a Jama. It is actually Yama. So immediately after Lord of creation, Lord of birth, Goswami Tulsidas ji is mentioning even Lord of death praised him. This verse we are going to see today. So the verse is Jama Kubera Digapala Jahate कभी को बिद कही सके कहां थे. Yama, the god of death, Kubera, the god of wealth, 8 guardians of directions, poets and scholars praised Hanumanji. So now these 4 verses, basically we saw the topic what is going on is praise of Hanumanji and who all praised him. So last time we saw so many stories of Sanat Kumar, then we saw story of Narad, Sharda ji. So this is a story session. Jama means Yama, Lord of Death. We have Lord of Creation and we have Lord of Death. That is very important. We have to understand today that death means what exactly? So in our Shastra, because we have a Lord of Death, death means change. And this world is Jayate Gacchati, which changes. And today we have to ask one question: who dies? Suppose milk gets converted into curd, we don't cry and say, no, no, milk died. Now suppose childhood goes away and we become youth, we don't cry and say, no, no, now childhood died. When the mud becomes pot, we say, no, no, mud died. And then again, when pot is changing into mud, we don't cry and say, no, no, pot became mud again. So this body is not dying because body is getting converted from the 5 elements to the body and again goes back to the 5 elements. So because we can see that going into ashes in the Samshan Bhumi. So body is not dying because it is changing from one state to another state. When the water becomes ice, we don't cry and say, no, 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 water died and became ice. When ice is melted, becomes steam. We don't cry and say, no, no, it became steam, so I must cry now and express sadness and grief because there is a loss and separation. So body doesn't die, very important point. Atma, there are only 3 possibilities. Atma dies. No, Atma cannot die because it is Satchitananda Swarup, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Panchakoshatita Avasthatraya Sakshi, Nirvikar, Nirvishesh, Akarta, Abhokta, infinite, all pervading. How can Atma die? Atma cannot be touched by any 5 elements. Then in Jiva, Jiva should be down. No, Jiva also doesn't die because Jiva goes from one body to another body, takes new birth. Like we go to a function, marriage. Then after that, suppose morning 11 o'clock we are attending one marriage. Then we have nice lunch, very nice lunch. And then at 3 o'clock we have to attend the death ceremony. Then we come home. Then we change the clothes of the marriage. We wear white clothes and make a sad face and then feel bad and then we go to the death ceremony. So in the same way, Jiva gets bored, changes clothes and then go to another, takes another body. So who dies? Who dies? No one dies. There is no concept of death. It is only change. Once we understand, Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, starts with this. Na shochasi na kankshasi. What is the logic in grieving? You are also changing. That person also is changing. Everything is changing. So fear and grief goes away by chanting Hanuman Chalisa when we understand Jama. Because fear happens with the imagination of loss and grief happens, sadness comes with an imagination of separation. These 2 words I must note down. Any time we are having fear or sadness, there is a sense of separation, a sense of loss. That's all. But that's an imaginary one because that person has already taken birth somewhere. We are just discussing death, Vedanta, because it is Hanuman Chalisa and Swami Tulsidas ji is a Vedantin. So here the topic actually is praising Hanumanji, but as it is mentioned Jama, so we have to explain who is Jama and what is the significance of Lord Yama. How the fear operates, I don't know. First of all, then what if this happens and then I cannot handle it. So understand Jama, Lord Yama, and then let go fear and grief today. And that's the reason when we chant Hanuman Chalisa, a person cannot This fear and grief cannot come closer to us. It might come for some time, but it goes away because that is the power of Hanuman Chalisa. So second is Kubera, Jama Kubera. Kubera is Ravana's brother. Earlier king of Lanka was Kuber. Then Ravana forcefully removed him and became the king. वहीं से अधर्म चालू हो गया. And Kuber is lord of, he is a treasurer. He has lots of wealth. So there are many stories, but right now then it will become storytelling of Kuber. But Ravana's brother in Lanka was Kuberji. So we know that Ravana removed Kuberji, put him in jail, then he put Shani Maharaj in jail, he put lot of planets in jail, lot of devatas in jail, and he was enjoying. So these devatas went to Vishnuji and prayed that it is adharma happening. Another thing we also don't know is Dikpal. Jama Kuber Digpal Jahate. Dikpal means Lord of 8 directions. So again we saw two interesting words. Kuber we knew, but Jama means Yama and Dikpal means Lord of 8 directions. So there are 8 directions, not 4 directions. Between east and west, between north and west, there is northwest, northeast. So there are 8 directions, and for each direction there is a devata. It has been said that Vastu Shastra actually is based on these 8 directions. Just out of interest, as we are learning Hanuman Chalisa, these words don't come so often. So we'll get an opportunity to discuss in slight detail. So what are these 8 directions? It's very interesting thing. So any puja, if you next time observe carefully, next time you just watch what the pujari is doing, you will find that before starting any puja, all 8 directions, gods are first of all worshipped, so that there is no vigna from any direction, and then the puja starts. All the 8 directions, there is some ritual is done where all 8 devatas of each directions are there. One god is responsible, devata is responsible for each direction. Just out of interest, north, Kubera is wealth. South, Yama. So they say office door or house door must be on the north. Yama, time or change. So they say that south direction belongs to Yama. So we should not in the night sleep with the legs in south. So when a person, the prana goes away, the body is kept and the legs are kept in south direction, because now the jiva is traveling. Yama, it is Yamadwar. East is Indra, knowledge. West is Varuna, prosperity. That's the reason rain comes from the west side. In Kerala rains come, then Mumbai rains come. So now we know, because Varuna is a west direction and it denotes prosperity, because rain brings prosperity. Rain brings grains and then there is prosperity. सूखा पड़ जाता है. Sometimes, human beings become very arrogant that I can do a lot of things, and Bhagwan says, okay, Varuna Devata, you stop for some time. Then people will realize, and then there is no rain, and then lot of problems, no water to drink, no grain, nothing to eat. Northeast, this is where the puja room is kept, is Ishanya, is a very auspicious direction. Wealth and knowledge, both. That's the reason Ishanya direction, where gods are facing in this direction. Puja rooms are there in this direction. Southeast, Agni. Southeast Devata is Agni. All 5 elements are controlled from here, southeast. Northwest, Vayu, atmosphere. Westerly winds, we say west. Winds come from the westerly side. So that is a Devata. So it Vayu Devata. Southwest is Nairutya, one form of Parvati goddess, absence of sorrow and disorder. Is out of interest, and on this basis the Vastu Shastra is based in our culture. It is very scientific, and I just give you some example to just prove the point that now we know, okay, the rain will come from west, the winds are blowing from west, northwest, etc. But how? Because there are devatas who are controlling that, and then these devatas report to Indra, Prajapati, then Prajapati reports to Indra, Indra reports to Brahmaji. So it's all an organization happening. So Jama Kuber Digapal Jahate, Kabi ko bid kahi sake kahate. सो कभी को भी कहीं सके कहां थे मीन्स इवन द स्कॉलर्स प्रेज्ड हिम, poets praised him. Anybody praising it's okay. But when Sachin Tendulkar praises you when you are playing very good cricket, then it is very interesting. So, poets praised him, scholars praised him, all devatas praised him. That is a topic going on. Now, this next topic comes. तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा. So now two verses we see 16 and 17 where Hanumanji is a king maker. Two people he made kings. And how he made it two people kings? By ensuring that these two people meet Lord Ram. So tuma upakara sugriva hi kina Ram milaye rajpada dina. So Hanumanji was a king maker. He helped Sugriv and Vibhishanji to establish a Dharma Rajya, and again they were established as king. Sugriv was a king and again he was made the king. And Vibhishan there was in Lanka, and then after Ravana was defeated, not like the Mughals came and then defeated the kings, looted, tortured people and ruled here only. Sri Ram, wherever he went, he defeated Adharma and then gave back the kingdom to them. And how did Hanumanji did this? By accomplishing the meeting between them, by ensuring that these two entities surrender to Lord Ram. So now here we should see the Sugriv and Vali story, that how Hanumanji made Sugriv the king, gave him back the kingdom. Because we all know that Vali and Sugriv were brothers in Kishkinda. Among them, Vali was very, very powerful. He was the ruler. His wife was Tara. Sugriv's wife's name was Ruma. And Vali had a specific boon. Because of that, he was invincible. Invincible. One of the boon what he had was that whenever anyone would fight with him, half of the power of that person comes to Vali. So whenever Vali used to go to fight, the opponent used to become weak. And we also know that how Vali had defeated Ravana and let him go that time. He had put him under his arm and he was going around. And when Hanumanji went there to Lanka just to demoralize Ravana, he reminded, see, one Vanar came from Kishkinda and put you inside or under the arm and had gone around the earth. You couldn't do anything. And now all of us are coming. Entire army is coming of Kishkinda. Just be aware. Vali, when he became so powerful, definitely with power, he also became arrogant. So one day what happened, there was one Mayavi Rakshas, Dumdubi, in some scripture they say, another scripture say, Valmiki Ramayana say, Mayavi Rakshas came and they had a huge fight. And then Mayavi Rakshas ran and he went inside the cave, inside a cave. And then Vali also went inside that cave and he told Sugriv that you wait outside, I will come back defeating him. And it seems that, different scriptures give different durations, but it seems that days, weeks, months passed. Sugriv waited and then one day he saw blood coming out and he was so confident that Vali will come out in 1 week or 2 days because Vali was invincible. Because half of the power of that Rakshasa will come to Vali. So he was waiting. When he saw the blood coming out and no sound, he took one huge rock and put on that cave and then came back with sadness that Vali died and became the king. And that was a pratha that time, custom that time. If the brother dies, then there is possibility if the wife of the other brother wants to marry the other brother, can marry because it's a kingdom. So Tara, Vali's wife, married Sugriv out of freedom and choice and custom that time. And it seems we know the story that Vali came back and when he opened the rock, he saw Sugriv is not there. So he became so angry and he went and saw that time Darbar was going on. Sugriv was sitting, Tara was sitting one side, Ruma was sitting. So he got so angry. And before, very important point, before Sugriv could explain to him Vali started beating him, and Sugriv understood that he cannot withstand Vali's power. So he ran, and he ran to Rishimukh Parvat. And Rishimukh Parvat, he went and hid there, and he knew that Rishimukh Parvat, Vali cannot come, because Vali had a sharp that from Matanga Rishi, that if you go to Rishimukh Parvat, your head will be cut off, because he had troubled Matanga Rishi, and Matanga Rishi had told him, you are invincible anywhere, but here if you come, you will be cut off. So Vali waited there and saw Rishimukh Parvat, he cannot go. And he went back, and then very important point, forcefully he married Sugriv's wife Ruma. So that was Adharma. And Adharma started happening in Kishkinda. So that is a story of Sugriv and Vali, and Hanumanji followed Sugriv because Sugriv was a king. So Hanumanji was a very sincere lieutenant of Sugriv, and we all heard that story that when Ram and Lakshman were walking with a Dhanushya with Brahman ways, Sugriv thought that they are CIDs of Vali searching for him. And then that was a point where Hanumanji met, and he explained Sugriv's condition so beautifully that Ram and Lakshman told, okay, we will help you. And there was a deal, very interestingly, between Sugriv and Lord Ram, that Lord Ram will kill Vali, and Sugriv with his entire army will support Lord Ram in finding out Sita. But it seems that when Vali was killed and Sugriv was given back the kingdom, for some time, for some weeks and months, he forgot in the enjoyment, and then he to be reminded. So very interestingly, this is another, there are two stories where Ramji is criticized. So today we will see what is the significance of it. What is the symbolic meaning of Vali? Vali is lust and greed, and increases when object is in front of it. Lust and greed. So similarly, Vali had this boon that whoever comes in front of him, his power will increase. So when this fighting, Lord Ram told Sugriv that you wear a garland and you fight with Vali because both of you are twin brothers. I will not be able to figure out. And then Lord Rama hid behind a tree and then killed Vali. It also, some scriptures also say that Sugriv wanted to test Ram's power. And in one band, Ram had, cut so many trees, and so you can do that because Vali is very powerful, but he didn't know that who is Sri Ram, Lord Ram. And we all know that when Vali was dying, Lord Ram came. This is a very touching moment. But very interestingly, see there also Ravan was there, power and arrogance. Here, Vali was there, power and anger. If Vali would have been there with Lord Ram, then job would have done very, very easily only. So it seems very interestingly, this is not shared in many places, but Valmiki Ramayana says that when Sugriv came and challenged him that I want to fight with you, immediately Vali got ready to fight, and his wife Tara's dialogues are there. Tara's wisdom. She told, wait, don't go for fighting with Sugriv. Number one, why? Because she gave logic that you and I also know that Sugriv is weak by nature, by power. Now he is coming and challenging you. That means he has got some kind of divine astra, shastra, or somebody supporting him. So please wait, find out the truth by sending your Duta. But Vali was into rage, anger, didn't listen to Tara, didn't listen earlier to Sugriv, that it was not that Sugriv wanted the kingdom. And then he fought, and when he was dying, he called for Rama, and very, very unique death Vali had. Vali actually is one person who died on Lord Ram's lap, looking at Lord Ram's face. Because Lord Ram also told him, one chance I give you, okay, if you ask for forgiveness, I will give you life back. He told, no, I do not want life. Who will get opportunity to die on your lap looking at your face? And then Tara also came here there, And then both of them said that we bless Sugriv and we are offering our putra to you, Angad. So Angad is Vali and Tara's putra, and that's how the whole episode happens. So, but what is the learning from this? Vali's two questions he asked, that we both are monkeys, why you killed me? Two questions. No, two monkeys were fighting, but you killed me. Why? So there are three reasons it seems Lord Ram gave to Vali. Number one, that Vali failed to protect Dharma. And Lord Ram says that I am Ikshvaku dynastic king and your territory comes in my kingdom that way. So I had to protect Dharma because you forcefully married Sugriv's wife, because when the brother is alive, you cannot marry his wife unless she wants to marry you. And second reason also, that Ikshvaku king duty is to protect wherever he goes. And the third is that he is a Kshatriya. Kshatriya has the right go for hunting, because Kshatriya Rajas that time used to go for hunting and he was a monkey. And then Vali told, I agree with you, whatever you said. And then he gave his life. So what are the learnings from this beautiful episode of Sugriv and Vali's story, which we all know, but what are the important pointers? First, listen to understand, because if Vali would have listened to Sugriv, he would have understood that it was not Sugriv's intention to go and rule. He waited there for long, and then it was an assumption and misunderstanding. Anger blinds even the strongest person. Vali was not killed because of his power. Vali was killed because of his blindness towards listening. Strength without thinking is destructive. A lot of people have a lot of strength, not only physical strength, but a lot of power, money power, physical power, fame power, connection power. But without Vivek, that same power becomes destructive. That is what is a learning from Vali's episode. And position is not equal to power. So when Vali got that position, he misused the position by having adharma in his Rajya, which started in his kingdom only. So Tuma Upakara Sugrivahi Kina Ram Milaya Raj Padadina. So when Vali passed away, gave his life, then Sugriv was coronated as the king, and then Sugriv and his entire army supported Lord Ram to find out Sita, and then we all know how Hanumanji and one team went into south and located where Sita was. So now this is one. Hanumanji also was a kingmaker. He made two people kings. तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना. So now who was the second person who Hanumanji helped him to become the king? Was Vibhishan. So now तुम्हारो mantra Vibhishana mana. So before we come to Vibhishan and Hanumanji's meeting story in Lanka, very fascinating. First of all, very important to know what is mantra. What mantra Hanumanji gave to Vibhishanji? Tomorrow mantra Vibhishana manam. Means Vibhishan accepted your mantra. So you gave mantra to Vibhishan. What was that? But before that, what is mantra? Very important to understand. Through Hanuman Chalisa, we must understand some concepts which are very powerful, because we chant Gayatri mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Ram, 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 Ram. There are many people chant many mantras, but today we will see what is the significance of it. Mananat Trayate iti mantraha. Mananat means by contemplation and repeated reflection. Repetition is important. Trayate means protect, liberates and frees us from three things: fear, bondage, ignorance. So much power is there in mantra. Iti mantra. Now why it is powerful? Because today we will learn some subtle aspects about mantra. Because when we chant mantra, I think many of us are doing Japamala, Ram, 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam. So repetition is very important, but there are parts of mantra. What is the definition of mantra? Tool to refine mind. It is an anchor to hold on to. And repetition gives the power, otherwise it becomes a sound. Any sound you can say, okay, come here, that is also sound. Jai Shri Ram, that is also a sound, but it becomes mantra when it has got four things. So all sounds are not mantras. It has to have got certain aspects. Number one, bija, seed sound it has to have. The condensed power of mantra is there in one word. So if you see Om, Hrim, Lim, there are, one word in that. So each mantra will have one small syllable which is actually the sound, seed sound. So when we say Om, that Om is the seed sound where it is at all the Brahmanda. Om means all pervading. Brihatvat iti Brahman. So Jagrut, Swapna, Sushupti Avatas goes away and we get established in the Turyavastha by Om. In that word it has got power. And there are many mantras. Some mantra will have Rim, like Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, very powerful mantra of Atharva Shirsha. And in that the seed sound is Gam, Gam. Suppose we chant Gam, 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 some power will come. So there are different powers which will come with the mantra. Mantra power earlier people used to invoke. There is always a presiding deity of mantra, like Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Tattva is there. Gayatri mantra, Savitur, that is Surya Devata is there. So each mantra will have one Devata, and then Devata will be so pleased, and then it will give that power to us. Shakti, each mantra will have definite Shakti. Mantric power is there generated by repetition. There are some bad mantras also, tantrics, which will say to Vashikaran mantra. I can just, learn that Vashikaran mantra and whatever I want, you will do that. So that way, the mantra will have Shakti. So we get that Shakti from that mantra. Then there is a Drashta, seer of mantra, like Gayatri mantra, Vishwamitra ji is the seer, he saw it. And the next point is Kilaka, lock. So why it has been mentioned that, okay, I can take up any mantra, but if a Sadguru gives, a person is enlightened, gives the mantra, that Guru, what it does is it opens the lock, because each mantra has a lock. And that is why mantra is to be taken from a realized master, and then it starts working. The power of the Guru comes, and the Devata also is so pleased because that mantra is given by that realized master. And that realized master opens the lock of that mantra and gives you that mantra. Otherwise, I can just take any mantra and chant. So Narad ji gave Mara Mara Mara. He opened the lock and gave that Ram mantra there. How Hanumanji met Vibhishanji, or when Hanumanji went to Lanka, he went at night, he couldn't find Sitaji and he was getting depressed. Many people do not know in Valmiki Ramayana, there is a long dialogue of Hanumanji. He got so depressed that he wanted to give his life. But he don't know, I need to put 100% efforts. Let me die while putting efforts. So he got up and he was searching, and one place he saw a Tulsi plant, and he was saying, how Tulsi plant in Lanka? And then the sound was coming, Ram, 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 Ram. And then he saw timing, he had a smart watch. Hanumanji saw, oh, it is 3:30 in the morning. Who is chanting Ram, Ram, Ram? And then he went down and met Vibhishanji. And he said, he is a devotee of Ram. And then Vibhishanji told him that Sitaji is in Ashok Vatika. And then Hanumanji told him, I am giving you the mantra. He told, now Ramji is coming, you surrender to him. And Vibhishanji was so happy. And then Hanumanji asked him that how come a Santa, Sajjan person like you is living in this Rakshas Rajya? Many times a good person is there in all bad people company. He told, I am staying like a tongue in 32 teeth. Because tongue is there, if it says something, the 32 teeth can bite it. My own brothers, my own sisters, but I am so scared, so I have to chant this mantra slowly at 3:30 in the morning. I can't do openly. And then when he met Sri Ramji, we all know the story that Vibhishanji supported Ramji. Vibhishanji told a lot of secrets of Ravan to Ramji, and then Vibhishanji was the person who told him that you have to hit the arrow in the stomach. Not that Sri Ramji, who is Sarvajna, Sarvashaktiman, Vishnu, didn't know. But Ramji also followed all policies of a human being. Yes, he called for Vibhishanji. Okay, I want to know why Ravan is not getting killed by my Astra Shastra. He told his power, his death is in his stomach. So that Vibhishanji told, and when Ravan was killed by Ravana, then Vibhishanji was coronated, and then it seems that in Treta Yuga, that was the destruction of the Rakshasas in Treta Yuga. Rakshasas were destroyed completely, and then Dharma started, and then Lanka was ruled by Vibhishanji with lot of Dharma for long time. So what is the significance of this? That when we surrender to the Lord, we get both material and spiritual gains. There Arjun also got, here Sugriv also got Rajya and then spiritual gains and then Bhakti, Jnana, Vairagya, and they ruled for a long time, and that is what is Dharma. Not that any king is there and rules, but there is Bhakti, there is surrender, there is Jnana, there is Vairagya, and that person when becomes the king, then the Dharma is established for a long time. So very, very beautiful. So here we had seen two verses where Hanumanji is made as a king maker. And how he accomplished that? By ensuring that both these people come in contact with Lord Ram. So what all of you are who are listening today, your duty, our duty is to bring people in connection with Lord Ram's Tulsi Ramayana. So you have to tell people, come and listen to Hanuman Chalisa. Not only I will listen and I will create my moksha and I will expect something. No, but I told four people, but four people, nobody came. But only four people you told. Indian population is so many crores. No, I sent WhatsApp to 10 people. Our duty is to get maximum people in connection with Lord Ram, Lord Hanuman. And then Hanumanji's responsibility is to take us to Lord Ram. Because the moment we come in contact with Hanumanji, Hanumanji is not going to wait. He says, okay, wait. I will take you now to Lord Ram. Because that is what he did with Goswami Tulsidaji also. Goswami Tulsidaji first had Hanumanji's darshan. He was not knowing only that when he was saying Tulsi Ramayana, one old person used to come and sit. He never knew that is Hanumanji. And then he told you catch hold of him. And then one day he caught hold of him and then you are Hanuman. No, he was going away. And then Hanumanji told, what do you want? I want Sri Ramji and Lakshmanji's darshan. And then he told, okay, in that jatra you will find two young boys in that horses. Those are, so Tulsiramji missed that also, Tulsidaji. And then again he asked Hanumanji and Hanumanji told, no, next time you have to catch. These are the two boys. So जाने किस रूप में नारायण मिल जाए, दैट्स द रीजन वी हैव टू बी वेरी गुड विद ऑल पीपल. बिकॉज कौन से रूप में नारायण आ जाएगा पता नहीं, भगवान कौन से रूप में आ जाएंगे. एंड भगवान फर्स्ट वांट टू टेस्ट अस. ही विल नॉट कम इन गिवन विश्वरूप दर्शन लाइक अर्जुन, Dhanushya Ban, and then all that glory and light. He might come in a beggar's form, he might come in an ordinary form, he might come in a robber's form. Who knows? Because Bhagwan can take any form. ऐसे आके भी गए रहेंगे, we would have missed also. So Hanumanji's glory is that he made two people kings, and the main important point is not two people he made kings. Main important point is he always connected people with Lord Ramji. That is what we have to do. We have to connect people with Hanumanji, Lord Ram, Chinmay Mission, Guruji, Gurudev, read their books. The moment a person listens to Guruji, Gurudev, transformation will start happening. So now I will chant Om Purnamada Purnamida, and today Vidya Sundaram from Toronto is going to chant Hanuman Chalisa. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And all of us will chant along with Vidya. Yeah, Vidya, please start.